Ghost sees all.
It seems it's very hard to bring out the truth in many ways when I try to show the UFOs on the surface. As a matter of fact, the last video got approximately 1,000 views and less than 70 comments. Of course, now up to close to 100 after I've commented to about 50, 60 comments. The proof that I'm showing on the moon obviously would rock the world. Everybody knows that comes here when they see these increments of truth, right? Many increments of truth. It's a lot of truth, a lot of proof, and hundreds of times showing objects in the atmosphere with propulsion type fuel systems behind them, going against completely what the Pentagon and what every single astronaut that has ever gone to space. Oh, well, hang on. Some astronauts are saying the same things as me. If somebody finds something once, like a UFO landing on the surface, but then shows, watch carefully, to the left as we move over in this live footage, another UFO descending to the surface. The Pentagon is looking for UFO sightings that don't wind up in data. What is considered data by the Pentagon? One-time events. What I'm showing you guys is in no way a one-time event. Took me a little while to get like 5,000 views on people watching this. All little increments of 1,000, 2,000. Sometimes we'll go up to 3,000, 4,000, but not getting out. And all the big channels, supposedly space channels on YouTube that are showing everyone's work, most often you'll notice that they won't touch mine unless, like the trolls used to do, take it and pass it off for their own. All these findings have brought to the table an entirely different field of work. A whole bunch of different fields are involved in understanding the surface when it comes from geologists or archeologists. And, you know, there's a whole bunch of fields working here on Earth to explain to us how our terrain here works on Earth and how it was formed. But I'm sure there are archaeologists doing it on the moon, just remaining hush. Here's something I showed yesterday, the last video. Really ashamed of YouTube for allowing 1,000 people approximately to see this. I'm showing you an object that is going to stop in motion on the lunar atmosphere, and I'll show it one last time or two so everyone sees this, because it should have gotten out to more people than just 50 commenters. Check it out. Stop. There it goes. It stops and a ring of light forms around it. Do you have any idea how top secret that is? And for those that are so offended by me having re-shown it again, get ready, because I'll show it again many a times. This is my research. I'm here to prove something is on the moon with factual evidence, visual proof and evidence, using the facts, if we can call them facts, that are online. So let's see it stop one last time, like in the last video. There it goes, and that ring of light on the left that goes around it. What the government knows, but most, and I repeat, most of this entire world does not know, certain people have more interactions with these aliens or lights or phenomena than other people, and they don't know why. But the government does. It has to do a lot with spirituality. It has to do with what happened in maybe your past lives. It has to do a lot with your goal here in life, your job. We all have a job to do. We have to wake up and see that we have a job to do, because God's not going to tell you what job you have to do. Over the years, doing this research, I came to understand that the problems that we're seeing on the moon and the problems that we're seeing on Earth here in the sky, as for us being able to see the sky properly, the same things are happening on the moon. All the chemtrails that we have here on Earth that are destroying the sky. We have Bill Gates that are talking about blocking out the sunlight. Several people are talking about the effects could be dangerous if the sunlight was blocked out. These are from professionals, supposedly, that are talking about this. So why would people not think that the reason why we can't see the surface is quite simply because of this cloud cover? It's really a simple situation from what I see. So don't thank me. Don't thank me for finding things on the moon. Thank this beautiful telescope and the community that helped me buy it. Eratosthenes from far, with the mountains, right? The highest mountain point on the moon. Here again, closer, Eratosthenes, with the Apennine Mountains close by, a little closer. And if I just get in a little bit more, do the comparisons side by side, zoom it up, try to see if there's one piece that I'm going to show you right now that's not here. See it from that distance? Are you ready? We're going to see it from close up. Count all the little pieces, look at every little shadow and edge, they're not shadows, and wait till we zoom up. See the monstrous pieces to the left of Eratosthenes? Back that up and look at how large I am showing you the pieces. It's something that not many people were able to achieve, zooming up the moon's surface. That's why I was confronted by people from MUFON, by people all around the world, actually. You know, the Jimmy Roberts, real Jimmy Roberts, how's it going, brother? Posted, I'm blocked from his channel, and it's not even him, there's glitches. He posted my footage in a video with other researchers' footages, right? And got over 2 million views years ago. But the same footage here only gets 2,000 views. Ask yourself why. It's because I'm over the target, like literally over the target, and I've come to have been able to explain with my own theories probably a little bit of the truth of what's going on up there. Now, if I was to tell you I zoom up much more than what we are already, and we go around the crater, this is secretive, guys, top secret. You can laugh all you want. It's top secret. I know most of you are not laughing. These objects that are like creatures, they're living. They both slow down, change directions, let off smokes. Looks like they're expanding, contracting, exploding, disappearing, appearing. It's not normal. And they are in the hazes. And this little bit that I showed you was so hard to be able to find and to get to the surface to be able to show it. Bianchini Crater, there's no secrets. Bianchini City. All those objects that you're looking at, I believe, I'm not going to hide it, and I'm not shy to say it, not ashamed, they're all constructed. Every single piece that you're seeing right here. If you're looking carefully, you could see smaller objects, like sort of a blur of dirt put all over the structures. Like somebody commented just this afternoon, I've mentioned years ago, they could be burying the structures, it could be old, they could be new. And you guys all know that too. You're mentioning it yourselves in the comments. And I'm very happy for this. Propulsion systems. We have the Pentagon admitting they're testing propulsion systems. Actually not admitting, because not the ones on the moon. They got caught in a leak from the Black Vault FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, brought out that information that the Pentagon is doing secret testing of different propulsion type systems, and they wanted to do it on the moon with private investors that were not mentioned. So if we're seeing propulsion systems on the moon, in the atmosphere of the moon, we have all the confirmation we need, and we have no need to wait for a lying government and a fake disclosure to divert our attention to the truth. So the Black Vault, literally through FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, was able to bring out leaked documents, files, proving that the Pentagon, in secrecy with secret associations, were developing or wanted to develop, amongst many things, other things, a Stargate, propulsion type systems that work with plasma, and a whole bunch of different types of propulsion systems, and experimenting with time travel, wanting to nuke the moon. So recently, the Black Vault, through the Freedom of Information Act, requested for budgetary materials and financial records that came from the UAP task force that was, yes, denied, citing exemptions B1 and BS, I believe. Or was it 5? Okay, I was going to say BS. Exemption 1. Protects classified national defense and foreign relations information while it covers interagency and intra-agency deliberative processes. 5. The use of these exemptions for financial information raises questions about the UAP task force's operations and the sensitivity of the requested data. The Black Vault was denied access to the budgetary materials and financial records relating to the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force. The denial comes as a response to a Freedom of Information Act (FOIA) case filed the Black Vault, citing FOIA exemptions as reasons for non-disclosure. The UAP task force was a government initiative, so they say, to have been formed to investigate and evaluate reports of unidentified aerial phenomena, commonly known as UFOs. The task force was tasked with assessing potential threats to national security, and its finding generated significant public interest. The comment yesterday, Bruce, do you believe in the Matrix? I believe that there is a Matrix. I don't believe it's a fictional illusion. I believe it is a physical illusion, where we look at lights leaving the surface or explosions as they appear. Japan recently, an amateur astronomer showed an explosion on the moon, got millions of views, and went around the world on all social media and media, from MSNBC to CNN, the lying ones, the truthful ones. They spoke about it. And why do they speak about that explosion and not my explosions? Because we live in a physical matrix, that everything that consists of our reasoning, reality, facts online, and in books, and even professionals, what they're saying, it's all based on a lie. The professionals don't even know it themselves. Everyone in their own fields are respecting the laws of physics, respecting the laws of their own fields, and respecting the facts that they are reading about online and researching. But the problem is there's a lie integrated in those facts. We probably never heard any real facts about space and about, what space is. And that's very easy to hide, like these explosions. The universe outside of our world here on Earth, if you don't go there, you're not going to be able to get dibs on telling everyone what's out there. And that's my case. They said I've not been to space. I'm not going to be able to prove anything. But it's wrong. Because look at these explosions on the moon, and look at the interaction miles away. At the same time, simultaneously, a light lights up. We see, look at that, hundreds of kilometers away on the left compared to the right, and we see simultaneously the lights lighting up. For me, that's, it's just something that's beyond truth, So people ask me, how come, Bruce, if you show this, an exploding light with smoke and hazes descending to the surface, and the Pentagon has never shown that, why would they get more views on what they are saying on their documentaries and, meetings and forums of people talking about this, MUFON, all ufology associations? How come the information doesn't come out when I say it? Because that is the control over the matrix. Everything's physical in the matrix, but the control holds any thought from anyone that is trying to change people's perception in a wide way, in a big way. Changing my neighbor's perception of what's on the moon is not going to make the government worried about what I'm doing, but changing the perception of an entire world. And like, if I was able to get everyone to go against what the government is saying and say, look, guys, they're all lying to us. Let's stand up. Let's protest peacefully and say, expose the system. Let's take the system down together by standing up and peacefully protesting. Well, for me, these videos are definitely peaceful protests. I give my theories with the videos. A lot of you that follow the channel say, I like your videos, but I don't always agree with your theories. Hey, have you ever seen brothers and sisters ever all get along? Not only does the moon hold life as a being or intelligent being, but also biological creatures that would probably adapt to very cold and hot temperatures. Are there any around our own Earth? Why are we not able to see most of these objects? Because it's a different frequency. There's a whole slew of different things occurring on the surface of the moon, and I have so much footage, and I run through it ever so fast. When you see these UFOs or exploding areas on the surface and movement with the lights, you can't help but wonder, is there an actual bloody war going on, and why 3 projectiles would skim out, be thrown out of light on the surface of the moon that is actually moving around the surface. I've shown this a few times, but not much interest, except for, of course, I'm never talking about my crew here. What is that massive plume of smoke that just formed when the light arrived? That's how I get to see all these things, because these UFO lights are really helping me to see the surface, as secretive as it may be. And at the same time, when I'm able to show an interaction with the surface and not just lights on the surface. Now you're like, well, what are you showing me, Bruce? Like, it's dark. Well, no, it's a light on the surface in the darkness that's showing us smokes, clouds, or hazes, natural or not. Never before proven on the moon. Some findings, it's the other way around. You guys have to prove me wrong. This creature in the moon's atmosphere, you have to try to tell the people what happened to my camera, right? If it's an accident, some of you believe that we're seeing these things. I'm showing so many different forms and shapes of UFOs on the surface, and these, for me, absolutely do not consist of UFOs. We see some phenomena, unidentified aerial phenomena, and this is unidentified aerial phenomena inside of the lunar atmosphere. The objects are massive. They're far bigger than any satellite, because satellites aren't seen very large. We see them very small. Even here, the ones going around Earth, once they go up in atmosphere after their launch from SpaceX, we don't see them very much anymore after that. This is the surface at the same time. For those that have not really ever taken the time to look at the surface, there are hundreds of thousands of lines and connections, and one of those connections can prove that all the other ones are actually manipulated surface having constructed these objects. They manipulated the surface. The footage isn't manipulated, but the surface sure as hell was. Everyone, thanks for the generous contributions, and thanks for watching the videos.
Aliens up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are landing on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter, cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming soon.